So I want to expose the truth about male porn stars. And these are the top guys out here that a lot of these dudes want to be like, right? But you have to see their life for what it is. Being a male porn star is you basically being a disposable tool. You have to be a human dildo for women. And also you have to walk on eggshells. Hopefully you say the right thing and do the right thing. They are the manifestation of a shimmy nigga. The shimmy men. But the difference is, even when these guys sexually dominate the women never come back to help them. Right? This is the dark side of the shimmy dudes that they never talk about. Women do not going to come and rescue these guys. I have seen plenty of these dudes have black problems. Plenty of these dudes get blacklisted. There's one porn star. There's one male adult star who basically got locked up for doing something with his girl, towards his girl, and he turned out to be the LGBT community, and he looked at so. This guy was on black.com banging the best looking women, and when he couldn't have access to the best looking women, he started shaking his pussy and being dicked down by other gay men. A lot of these guys, and people don't notice this, that once these guys can't have sex with the best looking women, you know what they do? They go GAY for pay. Some of these guys used to come from the GAY payment system. A lot of these guys, because the GAY community, LGBT community, we put it like that, they get off on straight men not being straight but catering to them. And these guys get LGBT for pay from them in order for them to advance into straight adult industry. So when they first come into the industry, they have to be around other men. They have to do gangbangs. They got to do old women. A lot of these guys got to go through the worst of women in order to get to the best of women. Now, mind you, the women don't have to go through this. A lot of the women, they just do this shit because they want to. There's some porn star, adult film stars, women who have sex with old, wrinkled guys. But there's most guys, when they come from the bottom to the top, they have to bang big chicks. They gotta bang older women, oldest women. They gotta bang just bottom of the barrel women for years until they get upper. They start climbing the ranks. And then they do whatever it takes to bang new vagina. Even if it's them working, they hopefully that the girl gives them behind the scenes vagina. Oh yeah, let me tell you about that too. When a lot of female porn stars have husbands and wives, husbands and boyfriends, they pay the husbands and boyfriends because they know how embarrassing it is to be to be wifed up to a porn star. Also, they send their female porn stars to have sex, adult film stars to have sex with corn stars. Let's say corn stars. They send their other female porn stars to have sex with their husbands because they know they might have sexual chemistry with one of the male corn stars. So they'll send a hotter girl that have sex with their husbands and boyfriends, and they'll send him a check. The money they make, they'll give it to him and give him gifts and stuff. A lot of guys who are dating porn stars, they're financially set up. Yes, they are, but they don't get to have sex with their girlfriends and wife a lot. A lot of the guys like to have sexual relations after the camera gone, and they said behind the scenes footage, or they act like they staying late so they can get it in and then pretend they working on OnlyFans. Oh yeah, I know about it. I know about the whole thing. So the OnlyFans stuff is a loophole to have to have sex on camera and say it's work and you making money. But at the same time, it's not from a studio, but it's from them banging each other. So the boyfriend or the husband will be like, okay, it's just work, even though they're having real sex on OnlyFans, because the OnlyFans, they don't work like that. They don't go by those schedules and stuff, right? This is why there's a certain thing of these guys being able to have real sex with other people's wives and girlfriends and then calling it work. The male porn star is not there for the money, because male porn stars don't make a lot of money. A lot of them are gay for pay. Outside of it, they get paid a lot of money to just jerk it and show their ass cheeks and nut on camera from from LGBT guys, right? So you understand that these guys are the top guys who get all the women. They have banged some of the most beautiful women possible. But the darker side is that these guys are so addicted to good looking women, so addicted to vagina, that they won't never give it up, because they want to be ahead of everybody else. They want to know that they can bang all of the best looking women and they can continue to stay in that circle. You got some 60, 70, even 80-year-old guys that are still in porn, still in corn. Remember Ron Jeremy? He was going to stay in corn trying to bang as much young women as possible until they kicked his ass out and blacklisted him because he was creeping everybody out. The sad life exposes what a lot of these players are. They don't get any benefit from banging all these women. You don't get financial gain. These women won't save you. They're not on your side. They use you as a tool. You are the sad resistance, the sad realization of why a lot of these male porn stars stay in corn is mainly because they get different vagina. They get to have sex with different groups of women. And them being able to have access with the best looking women you possibly can ever see, it keeps them staying in corn. Isn't it fucked up that these guys would rather make next to nothing in order to stay around the most beautiful women, instead of making a lot of money where they have to work. They have to work to get the quote unquote woman. You have to have mouthpiece and all this other shit. That shows you how bad the dating scene is when you see corn stars who rather stay in corn and work with transgenders and work with all other people and work with all these weird ass chicks, but they rather not say nothing how bad the women are in order to stay having access to their vagina. It's just another level of the shimmy niggas, but in porn form, in corn form. These guys don't get paid a lot of money. These guys are used. Some of them have dick problems now. But the fact is, they want to stay having sex with the best looking women until they die. And they will do anything and everything to stay within that industry so they can have access to the women. That's how bad it is for a lot of these guys. A lot of other men. So if you got guys who telling you how good it is out here, but then you got adult film stars, once they get kicked out of porn, they bounce and leave and go overseas. They look at the women they have access to and they see that the women that come in the inboxes after they're not in the mainstream no more, and they say, what the fuck is all of this? And they bounce. They bounce. I talked to the two porn stars that I know. I asked them that question really there. And I'm like, how is the sexual gratification when you deal with normal women? He said, well, they tell you to stop. They're not professional. They're bad at it. You have to do all the work. But some of them get paid. And I forgot to put that video out. But the crazy thing about it is that these guys don't get anything beneficial just getting vagina. That's all they get. They don't even get paid a lot. They just get vagina. And that shows you how powerful beautiful women are and how powerful sex really is. If you got these guys who would rather stay in it being that way in order to have access to these women, aesthetically good looking, pleasing women, they rather be on the inside than the outside. That tells you a lot about the society we in, right? Because women porn stars, they double do it, right? They double dip. They have sex with some of the best males they could probably have, the 1% of males they could probably see. And then they go out and get a regular dude. And he benefits from, having a porn star girlfriend. But her friends be like, yeah, I'll sleep with your husband because, you're my friend. They sleep with each other husbands and boyfriends all the time. Because a lot of them want that experience of being with a normal guy, and they don't want to be treated like meat. Then I like the men. The men will do it forever. They don't care about being treated like meat. But the women eventually they get overload with it, and then they want to get normal. And we seen it before. But you don't see a lot of male porn stars coming out saying that they got treated bad and blah 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 whatever. But ain't that it's a sad existence that there's a lot of guys on the outside of the porn star industry that would rather just sit here, bash men no matter what, in order to stay in the good graces of women, in order to keep that access to women at 100%. So the male porn star is just like the anti-red pill guys. They both do stuff with women. They both don't want to be on the outs from those particular access to those women. Different between the porn star is the porn star. He gets to do it every time, unless he gets called on. But when he needs help, none of these women gonna show up. The women he said are good, they're not gonna show up. The women he make an ooh and ah and groan and moan, and that reflects a lot of these men out here. If a lot of dudes' dick don't work, guess what? The women won't help them. If a lot of guys who, if a lot of these guys who a lot of these guys who can't walk no more, paralyzed or whatever, and they don't look the same way they look, these women would disappear. All that game shit goes out the window. So, if you want to look at what a lot of these dudes want to be, you just got to look at the porn star, the male porn star, life of the male porn star. They don't have any benefits but vagina and knowing a bunch of beautiful women and have sex with them alternately. But outside of that benefit, they don't have no money, no retirement plan. They barely make any money, and the women don't come to their rescue. So what's the use of you being the best magic stick that women ever experience when none of these women will ever come and rescue you? It's a sad existence. But at the same time, these guys threw men under the bus. So a lot of them are never going to come. Nobody going to come and rescue them. They bang too many girlfriends and wives for people to trust them and want to be around them. So they either go LGBT role, getting pumped up their ass by other men so they can get paid a little bit more money, or they become an escort, male escort, by banging, by being on sex tapes with P. Diddy and getting paid a lot of money for P. Diddy to be jerking off to in the same room, and being around creepy ass niggas getting paid a lot of money. And then eventually you be on drugs and sit where your shit can't get hard and all that. Sometimes you have to have limits on yourself. Sometimes you have to say, yeah, I'm tired of doing this out here. A lot of these guys are at probably close to 5,000 women already. Some of them are at 5,000 women already. Because people don't notice that, some of these dudes have group sex with like 5 or like 3 different women's and get paid for that sometimes. So that counts as body count.